A routine stop, a brutal end, the death of Tyre Nichols. The night of January 7, 2023 began like any other in Memphis, but for Tyre Nichols, a 29-year-old black man, it would be his last. Pulled over by Memphis police for an alleged traffic violation, Nichols' encounter with law enforcement quickly turned violent. The officers, tasked with protecting and serving, unleashed a torrent of brutality upon him. Body camera footage, released weeks later, shocked the nation. It showed officers pepper spraying, kicking and punching Nichols. They struck him repeatedly with a baton, all while Nichols cried out for his mother. Left on the pavement struggling to breathe, Nichols received little medical attention from the officers who had sworn to serve and protect. He died 3 days later from his injuries. The official autopsy report painted a grim, picture-blunt force trauma to the head. The death of Tyre Nichols became a chilling reminder of the systemic racism and police brutality plaguing America. This was not just another case of alleged police misconduct. This was a young man, a son, a father, robbed of his life, and the nation demanded answers. Inside the courtroom, arguments, evidence, and a shocking verdict. The trial of the 5 officers involved in Nichols' arrest became a focal point for a nation grappling with issues of race, policing, and justice. Prosecutors meticulously presented their case. They argued that the officers, driven by a culture of impunity, used excessive force, violating their own training and protocols. The defense, however, claimed that Nichols' actions, including his attempt to flee, justified the officers' use of force. They painted a picture of a chaotic scene where officers felt threatened. The jury, tasked with the weighty responsibility of delivering justice, faced a complex web of evidence. Body camera footage, witness testimonies, and expert opinions all contributed to the narrative, leaving many to believe a guilty verdict was inevitable. But on May 7, 2025, the courtroom fell silent. The jury delivered a shocking verdict: not guilty on all charges. The weight of the decision hung heavy in the air. How could this be? The evidence seemed irrefutable. The verdict sparked outrage and disbelief across the nation. For many, it felt like a punch to the gut, a miscarriage of justice that cut deep into the core of America's ongoing struggle for racial equality. No justice, no peace. Outrage and grief in Memphis. The acquittal sent shockwaves through Memphis and beyond. Protests erupted across the country, fueled by the familiar cry for justice that has echoed through generations. No justice, no peace, chanted the crowds, their voices a potent mix of anger, sorrow, and a deep-seated frustration with a system that seemed to fail yet again. For Tyre Nichols' family, the verdict was a devastating blow. Ro Vaughn Wells, Nichols' mother, had shown incredible strength and resilience throughout the trial. But the acquittal of her son's killers brought a fresh wave of grief and a renewed determination to fight for accountability. "They got away with murder," she said, her voice raw with emotion. Her words resonated throughout the community and across the nation, a stark reminder of the human cost of police brutality and the long road ahead in the fight for justice. The verdict reignited the debate about police reform, implicit bias, and the urgent need for systemic change within law enforcement agencies. The long road ahead, seeking accountability and lasting change. While the criminal trial may be over, the fight for justice for Tyre Nichols is far from finished. Ro Vaughn Wells has filed a $550 million civil lawsuit against the city of Memphis and the police department. The suit alleges a pattern of excessive force and a failure to properly train and supervise officers. The case is scheduled for trial next year, and is expected to delve deeper into the systemic issues within the Memphis Police Department that contributed to Nichols' death. The fight for justice extends beyond the courtroom. Community activists, organizers, and concerned citizens are demanding police reform, greater accountability, and a fundamental shift in the way law enforcement interacts with communities of color. The death of Tyre Nichols, while a tragedy, has also served as a catalyst for change. His name, like so many others before him, has become synonymous with the fight for justice and equality. The road ahead will be long and arduous, but the pursuit of a more just and equitable society continues. The hope is that Tyre Nichols' legacy will be one that finally forces America to confront its demons and create a future where tragedies like this never happen again.